This podcast is brought to you in part by P&P Games, your online source for everything video games. Visit their website at pnpgames.com or at one of their 3 retail locations in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Alrighty, everybody, and welcome to the Nintendo Pulse podcast. Get this music down a little bit. This is episode number 69. We're recording this on December 19th, Thursday, December 19th, 2013. It's always my host, Lloyd Hannison, and joining me and wearing a smart-looking shirt, Stephen Munn.
Hi.
I was like, what adjective could I use? I don't know why I picked smart, because that was not a good one, but
It worked.
it did. I can barely hear you.
Oh.
Let me turn the music all the way
I wonder if
down.
there's something I can adjust.
Let's see. Just talk a little bit. How are you? Things are good?
Yeah, everything's doing just fine.
Okay. I can hear you now. You are good.
Good. I'm just pronouncing a little more. That's all.
Enunciating my words. That's the enunciating voice that everybody has when they do it. Awesome. All right. Well, let's get into this one. This is Nintendo Pulse number 69. As I said, this is going to be our last episode, most likely, of 2013. I know Steven and I are going to take a small break. We might get into one maybe before the new year, maybe just after the new year. We haven't really chatted about it yet. We'll get it figured out, but we wanted to be sure to give you at least one more show to end out the great gaming year that was 2013. So, Steven, how the heck have you been in the last week or so since we last talked?
I have been fine. I've been doing significantly less gaming, though. I haven't been doing very much gaming. I did some... I had a gaming party with some friends, and that was cool. And we played a lot of Super Mario 3D World and some Rayman and stuff like that. But then, over the weekend, I played a bunch more Super Mario 3D World, and that's pretty much been it. I mean, I haven't really been in Animal Crossing for significant amounts of time at all. Did some street passing.
Your animals are going to hate you.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I've been playing a little bit of this game today, NES Remix. We'll get into that a little bit later in the show.
Yeah,
but that's about it. I've been very, very light on the gaming as well. I beat Zelda. I had the last dungeon to finish off, and then the last dungeon. Beat that. Was phenomenal. Just to go towards our review that we did last week. It is still awesome. The last 2 dungeons of the game didn't ruin my taste, so I still say it's a must-own. In case you guys were worried that the last 2 dungeons would be horrible, they're not. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I've been really busy. This week has just been absolutely insane. So it's not only you, Steven.
All right, that's good to know.
You're amongst good company here.
Absolutely, I always am on this show.
Cool. Well, let's rock. Let's stop pumping each other's tires and let's get into what we've been playing. So, Steven, what have you been playing besides what you just told me about 73 seconds ago? Anything else?
Nothing.
Okay. All right. Moving on.
Well, actually, I downloaded. I picked up a couple of games on Steam because the Steam sale is going on, and before it started, because I knew that we probably wouldn't see a deal on it, I picked up Starbound. I don't know if you're familiar with Starbound. It's kind of like Terraria in space with procedurally generated worlds.
I think I've heard of that, but I haven't looked into it too far. I think I saw an article on it on Rock, Paper, Shotgun or something.
It's kind of a live beta, and it's $15, and it's fine. The thing is, I don't want to get into it too deep because since it's such an active beta now, they're every few days they release a patch that erases everybody's characters and rebalances the game and adds new stuff. Oh. So you can't get too attached to your stuff just yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So right. So it's kind of you run around, you screw around and kill things, and then like come back a couple days later and make a new character and do it again. So it's
nice.
Kind of where it is right now.
Interesting.
Also picked up that I wanted to pick up Depression Quest, but it's not on Steam yet. That's still they're still trying to figure that one out, I guess. And Travis, what is it called?
There's
Thomas.
a joke there. There's a joke there, but I won't make
Yeah.
it. I won't make it.
Right. Thomas Was Alone. The game
that's a
Thomas
good
Was
game.
Alone. It's $2.50 at the Steam sale. So
Wow, that's
something to pick up if you haven't yet.
That is a good deal. That is a great game. I played it on the PlayStation 3. Really, really a lot of fun.
Okay. Cool. And that's it.
That's about it. Cool. Well, as I said, I haven't been playing too many games myself. It's been really absolutely crazy at work and after work, pretty much going crazy until about 8:30 at night with the family, put the kids to bed, and then try to get some sleep, even though I've been having very little sleep the last week or so, which usually means lots of gaming, but not this week. Too much to do for Christmas. But I did beat and finish off Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Never mind you there, Steven. It was great, as I said. The last 2 dungeons were awesome. The ending was great. Even the after credits little animation was nice and cute. Haven't started a new hero. Stop your
Just laughing about it.
I'm gonna change.
No, I see it on the video.
Oh, it's my camera, so I can only see myself. So there we go. So yeah, I've been playing that, which is great. Also picked up a trio of actually more a pile of games on PlayStation 3. There's been some really good sales. Everybody in the chat room must be catching on right now. I think there's about a 20-second delay today for some reason. So
yeah.
Yes, couldn't go back and edit that one, unfortunately. So on the PlayStation 3, I picked up Minecraft because that launched. Always wanted to play Minecraft on a console, so it'd be a little bit easier interface than the iPad for my son. So we're going to be playing some of that this weekend, hopefully. I'm looking forward to that. Picked up the new Walking Dead Season 2 episode, played half of that so far. Really good. I loved the first season of The Walking Dead, and I'm really enjoying this one so far, although I haven't completed the chapter. They had a ridiculous sale on Lego Marvel Superheroes where it was half price, so it was $24 digitally. So I bought that because I played a little bit with my son on the Wii U. We really dug it. We were going to wait for a sale, but it dropped to $25 on the PS3, so picked that one up as well. And what else? They had a sale on the Marvel versus Capcom, the first one and the second one. They were $3.50. So I picked that up. And then I picked up the Dungeons and Dragons Chronicles of whatever that is.
Nastara?
Nastara, that's right. And because those were $3.50 as well. So it was just like super sales. So I'm stocking up on PlayStation 3 stuff. And that will be what will get me through the holiday break, I think. Trade Too Fast in the chat room is asking, can you still buy Season Pass for Walking Dead? Yes, you can. You have to buy the first episode for $5, and then you can buy the Season Pass inside the game for $14.99. So it's still $20 for the full season for all 5 chapters, and you can get it all basically buy 4 to get 1 free, essentially. But yeah, that's been about it. I've popped into Minecraft, been playing Minecraft a little bit. I don't know. Do you play a lot of Minecraft, Steven, at all?
I don't play Minecraft at all, but my daughter plays it a lot, like every day.
I find that I have no creativity. So all my buildings that I build are basically a tower. Like, did you ever play Ultima Online way back in the day?
No.
Okay. Well, there was this tower that you could build if you were lucky enough to find the land. And it was essentially like 4 floors. I end up building one of those, and not because I'm trying to build it from Ultima Online. It just, I build this like rectangular floor, and then I'm happy and I have all my stuff, and it's like, oh, well, I have a whole bunch more resources now. I'm going to build another floor. And then I basically pop a hole in the ceiling, build stairs, build another exact copy of what I had. And it's just like these big open rooms. And I keep going up multiple floors for no reason, because there's no reason to have that many floors for me in my game. So that's my uncreative way of making things in Minecraft. I'm gonna have to think of a different building to build and then go ahead and do that, so it's not just this big square or rectangular room made of stone, so it's as boring as you could possibly get.
Cool.
But yeah, my son likes it, so he doesn't mind my building skills, so I can still impress a 7-year-old. So I'm happy about
It's one of the
that.
best things being so amazing and funny and everything like that.
Yeah.
As long as it's only your, single digit age child in the room.
Changes way too fast.
Mm.
Way too fast. Awesome. All right, well, let's get into the rest of the show. Steven, there's been some games coming out this week. Why don't you give us a rundown of the notable releases?
Sure, I'll do that. I'm going to skip over the ones that were surprises from the Nintendo Direct, so we can kind of talk about them then, because there's a couple there. So I'll say that you have these new the 3D classics. Sega has M2 doing ports of their Genesis games into like 3D ports, enhanced 3D ports of them on the Nintendo 3DS. And they released 2 of them this week: 3D Shinobi 3, Return of the Ninja Master, and 3D Streets of Rage. And those are both really, really, really good games. Those are like 2 of the best games on the Sega Genesis platform. And I read reviews of these today. Actually, I read a review of Shinobi 3 by Bob Mackey over at Us Gamer, and or US Gamer. I think it's US Gamer. And he gave it 5 stars. That's out of 5. He says that it's perfect. Has, all different kinds of features, different emulation options and things like that. And from what I've seen, just glancing around, the 3D Streets of Rage port is really good too. There's also Crash and the Boys Street Challenge has come to Virtual Console on the 3DS. I think that was an NES game. And Castlevania for NES came out apparently today on Wii U Virtual Console, which I just learned about a few seconds ago.
Nice. So you'll be buying that one immediately.
I will, yeah. I have it for Wii Virtual Console, so I'll pay the $1 to upgrade that. Because obviously, one of my all-time favorites, and I have it on every platform it's available on.
Very cool.
So why not spend another $1 to play it on the gamepad?
Nice. Back to the 3D remakes for the Genesis stuff. I hear that they are probably some of the best titles on the eShop. If you're looking for old games, the 3D remakes that Sega has done are just apparently amazing. I was looking. They have like what do they have? They have Sonic. They have Altered Beast, I think.
There's a
Space
lot
Harrier.
of them.
There's
I think Space Harrier's on there
Space
too.
Harrier. There's a few others, but apparently they're all just really well done. So I got to check them out because I have a bunch of the Nintendo 3D remakes in there.
3D Galaxy Force 2
Right.
is one of them.
That'd be nice. That was a fun game.
Yeah, and 3D Sonic the Hedgehog.
Huh.
Looking them all up now.
Oh, really? Trey Too Fast in the chat room is saying that we got left out of the 2 games for 2 days for $2 sale. It wasn't on our Wii shop thingy.
What was the second game? Because I got Mega Man X.
It was another Mega Man for on the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
It was the first Mega Man, the Game Boy game, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I already have that one. I bought that when it came out.
Yeah.
3D Altered Beast, you're right.
Altered Beast is there as well. Yeah, so I'm going to have to check that out. I really, really liked Streets of Rage. It's one of my favorite Genesis games, so I'm going to have to look into that.
I still have all 3 of those, Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3 in their boxes with the manuals and everything, because I'm an idiot. 3D Super Hang-On, that's another one that's there.
Yeah, Super Hang-On. That was a fun game.
Lots of
let me
good job
preface that. In the arcade, that was a fun game. You actually had to sit on the actual the motorcycle and lean left and right. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And there's 3D Space Harrier.
Cool. Space Harrier was always cool as well. I always wanted to get the 3D glasses for the Sega Master System. And you could play Space Harrier and a couple other ones in 3D.
Yeah. I have the Master System, but I don't have the 3D glasses. I have a couple of 3D games, but I can't play them because I don't have the glasses.
Cool. So some really interesting things hitting the eShop. Let's get into some deals. Why don't you talk about those, Steven? You're the deal guy.
Okay. I'm going to talk about the 2 big deals that I've seen. I've been kind of monitoring Amazon, and there were some really, really good deals last week on games. A lot of stuff came well down in price by significant amounts. I think that the Wonderful 101 was down almost to $35 from its normal 60. It's at one point. It's all the way back up to 60. Everything is back up to full price. Just about all the 3DS games that were down to like 20 are now back up to
Ridiculous.
30, 35, 40.
I said that's a little ridiculous. They should
Yeah.
lower the prices and sell them at like a couple months after launch. Like drop them a couple bucks and just keep doing that. Keep it selling.
But one exception is Sonic Lost World, which dropped less than a week ago from 50 all the way down to $30 at Amazon. And it has stayed there since. It is still $30 at Amazon, but it's sold out right after the Nintendo Direct. And we'll cover why shortly.
That makes sense.
But you can still order it. They still let you order it. It's just they don't know when they're going to get them in to send them to you. So hopefully it'll be soon. I ordered one at 30.
I think I'm gonna look for that during the different Boxing Day sales that we have. If I see it on sale for anywhere near $30, I think I'm gonna pick it up. I'm not a Sonic fan by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, I enjoyed some of the games, but I'm not a fanboy.
Sure.
This one looks interesting, and with the stuff that we're going to talk about when we cover the Nintendo Direct, it would be that much more interesting for me, I think.
Right. And they've been patching it. Sega's been releasing patches for Sonic Lost World, and I don't know if they worked on the controls a little, because I heard some people complaining about controls and other people saying the controls were fine. Maybe one of them was playing a pre-patch version. I don't know.
Right.
But you need the 3.0 patch. You need the 3.0 Sonic Lost World patch installed on your Wii U before it will let you download the DLC that we're going to talk about for the Nintendo Direct.
Cool.
The other deal that I wanted to bring up that you suggested was Renegade Kid. Jules Watsham announced today that all of their Nintendo eShop stuff on Wii U and 3DS is all 50% off. So I think the most expensive game they had on there was $9.99, and that was Mutant Mudds Deluxe, and now that's just under $5.
Nice.
So everything else is cheaper than that, and they have like some ATV game and a few other games on there. So.
Yeah, their ATV race game is really well done as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to look at. I don't know, maybe by the time this goes up on YouTube or whatever on the stream, maybe it won't be on sale anymore, but definitely worth it, at least for the people in the chat room here.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, some good sales, some good releases. Let's get into some good news. So this past weekend was the National Street Pass weekend. Actually, it was the multinational Street Pass weekend, because it was
interplanetary.
Yeah, it was up here in Canada as well.
Trans-universal.
Not just you guys in the States. We got it up here as well. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Did you take advantage of it, Steven?
No, I stayed home all weekend.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't take my 3DS anywhere this weekend.
I went to Best Buy because you're supposed to have Nintendo Zone locations in Best Buy. No, I got 3 Street Passes when I went to Best Buy, and it was just other people that were there. So I was kind of disappointed. And kids were hungry, and they're like, "Dad, let's go to McDonald's." I'm like, "I don't really want to go to McDonald's. Let's go home and I'll make you guys some lunch." Like, "No, let's go to McDonald's." I was like, "Oh, wait a second. There's a Nintendo Zone location at McDonald's. We're going to McDonald's, kids." So we went to McDonald's.
Priorities.
Yeah, it's just sad. Making my kids unhealthy and obese to get Street Passes, I guess, is what I was doing. We don't go very often, so it's not that big of a deal. Went there, had some McDonald's food. I won't say good food, McDonald's food. And then I opened my 3DS, and sure enough, I had 8 Street Passes and a golden pants dude as well. So it worked, and I got all of the Street Passes. Of course, it was what's his face from the Treehouse.
It wasn't Wayne Brady?
No, it wasn't Wayne Brady. It was the guy that always does the Nintendo Directs. What's his name? I could find it.
Bill Trinan?
Is it Bill? I don't think it's Bill either. I'll find it. It's not a big deal. Doesn't matter who it is, really. So he had gold pants, and And then there was a bunch of other people. I got some street passes from all over the world because one of the things they were doing this weekend was if you street pass someone, it's not just other people that went to that location. It's random people that had street passed from all over the world. So I got some guy from the UK. I got a couple people from the US. I got a guy from another province in Canada. And I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I got some places where I hadn't actually had street passes before. So that was a lot of fun.
Cool.
So let's see. Tom from Nintendo is the guy.
I don't think I got him. I got Wayne Brady, though.
You got Wayne Brady? I'd rather have Wayne
And he
Brady.
said, let's party.
Oh, did he sing it to you or just talk it to
No,
you?
he just said, let's party.
Yeah.
That was his little catchphrase.
Wayne Brady likes to party.
Yep, because We Party You is the game he's promoting.
La-di-da-di. He likes to party. So yeah, I got
Don't
Tom.
cause trouble. He don't bother nobody.
There you go. So yeah, I got Tom from Nintendo and a bunch of other people wearing funny hats. So it was fun. I actually wanted to go back and get some more street passes, but I did want to eat more McDonald's food, so I didn't go. So that didn't happen. But
That's
yeah,
what the drive-thru is for.
yeah. Apparently,
Go near the drive-thru and then don't buy anything.
apparently, if I drive in the lane that's closest to the McDonald's on the way home from work, I'll sometimes get street passes from them.
That happens to me too.
So
if
I was-
drive through some McDonald's on the way to work.
Yeah, so I was hoping that on the way home I would hit it again, but it did not happen, unfortunately.
Oh, bummer.
But yeah, I hope this is a thing they keep up. If they do it maybe 1 week a month or something. Kyle K, is Tom from Nintendo or Tom from MySpace? I'm assuming it's Tom from Nintendo, but you never know. Maybe maybe it is Tom from MySpace. Maybe he has a new gig. He wears gold pants around the Nintendo's office, and they had to have him to live on forever in everybody's 3DSs. That would be something Nintendo would do. But yeah, and hopefully they do these Street Pass weekends more often, because it was a lot of fun actually to get some people from all over the world. Gold Pants characters are always good because they have every puzzle piece. So if you're trying to if you're trying to finish off some puzzles, some pink pieces that you don't have, you can always get some ones that you're missing from those guys. That's always a lot of fun. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I work at a university, and so if I go at lunch and go through Campo, which is the food place, I'll get like 5 to 10 hits. That is really odd compared to most of the rest of North America. There's very few places in North America where you're going to be able to get hits like that. So, well, I'm lucky. A lot of people in the world aren't, but most people have a Best Buy or a McDonald's within a small drive from their house. So this is definitely a good thing that Nintendo did. Like I said, hopefully they keep it going.
Yeah, it was a good idea to kind of spread that the Street Pass relay idea around. You know what I mean, to regular users.
Yeah, exactly. And pimp it out a little bit. Let people know that it exists, and maybe they'll take their 3DSs out with them. So the more people that are carrying their 3DSs, the more potential hits that other people are going to get. Yeah, it's all good. All good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Moving on. Something that's not all good. The NPDs for November came out last week, and it looks like Nintendo only managed to sell about 220,000 Wii U's. It was 222,700 Wii U consoles were sold in November. This is after the bundles. This is after the price drops. This is after all the big games came out, and Nintendo only pushed 200,000 units, which is not very much. That brings their life to date to about 4.3 million, and that is not even half to the 9 million estimation that Nintendo said that they're going to sell basically through up until March 31st of 2014. So they have only a few more months to hit their target, and they have to sell twice as many Wii U's that have been sold to hit it. I think this is pretty dire news for Nintendo. I don't know, Steven, what do you think? This is Nintendo's already rolled back their estimate once, and now it looks like they're not going to make their estimate by 50% if this was the end of the year. Obviously, maybe they'll sell another million or something, but that's got to be pretty scary, not only to Nintendo, but to third parties that are making games for the system.
I didn't know there were third parties making games for the system.
That's true. The legendary third parties that have been long rumored to be making games. I don't think they will be anymore. They'll finish the titles
Yeah.
that they have, and then they'll move on to greener pastures. If it
Which would be
continues to sell.
PlayStation 4 because it is thrashing the Xbox One right now.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 is doing really, really well worldwide.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I love my Wii U. I mean, I have my gamepad here, playing some NES Remix, a game that you can't get on anything else, which we're going to talk about soon. But I don't really have a reason anymore to buy multi-console titles on the Wii. I don't know. I wish I had an answer as to what Nintendo should be doing, because Nintendo themselves don't even have an answer. Otherwise, they would not be in this predicament.
Yeah. Well, I think that Mario Kart 8 and Super Smash Brothers for
Yeah, Smash Brothers will
Wii
sell
U
a
will
lot.
sell a lot of consoles.
Yeah.
Both of those will sell a lot of consoles. Those were the real hits on the Wii last generation. But those aren't coming out for a few months yet. I don't think Tropical Freeze is going to accomplish much of anything. Hyrule Warriors is not going to accomplish much of anything.
Well, you never know. You never know for that one.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Yeah. But yeah, like I think Smash is going to sell a lot of consoles because there's a lot of competitive gamers that are going to be buying a Wii U just so they could get that game, so they could practice and then take place in some of the tournaments, right? But what is that, like 500 people in the world that do competitive gaming in the fighting genre with Smash Brothers? Like it's not a huge segment of the population,
Right.
There's obviously more than 500, but it's a small number in any case. I don't know what Nintendo needs to do. Like if they drop the price to $199, they would lose their shirt on each console sold, apparently, from what Nintendo says. But I still even doubt that they would sell a million consoles in a month if they did that.
yeah, I think that would be, at this point, I think another price drop would be a mistake because it would be too soon.
Yeah.
And it's going to, I mean, as bad as it looks to see them selling 220,000 consoles in a month for November, they were selling like 10% of that
Sure.
8 months ago.
Yeah.
It's still a steady increase month over month, so that's
Sure.
not bad.
Yep. I'm curious to
And
see.
they're also the only one of the three companies, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, that is turning a profit on their gaming division. The other two are just losing money.
Sure.
Now that doesn't matter if you're going, in terms of like install base and obviously third-party support and stuff like that. But I mean, I've said this a bunch of times, and I still think anybody who buys a Nintendo console, even a handheld, for the third-party games is making a mistake. You're not buying the Nintendo platform for the third-party games. You're buying it for the Nintendo games. And if the third-party games are there, you'll buy them too.
Sure.
So, I mean, I think that the sales are probably going to continue to increase. I think they're going to dramatically increase when they get to Mario Kart, Smash Brothers. But it remains to be seen what they have after that. Because, I mean, we're not hearing about any. We still haven't even seen the Zelda that's supposed to be coming out.
Sure.
So,
yeah, I mean, I want Nintendo to sell more. I want to have this console around for a while.
sure, me too.
Apparently, not many other people do because they're not buying the console in anticipation of these other games, because people don't do that as much as people on message boards all over the internet demand that people do. People just don't do that. They don't spend their money in the hopes that something will come in the future. I really don't know what a Mario Kart and a Smash will do for Nintendo. Like, I want to see what the sales are in December. I want to see if they can move more than 200,000 in December. If they can keep moving 200K units a month for the next, say, 6 to 8 months, that's a good thing. If they just had the one big burst of sales because of Mario coming out, because of the price drop, because of the bundle with Zelda, and then it falls down again, I'm really scared that there won't really be a reason to own a Wii U past 2014. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. It's not sell the farm time yet for Nintendo. They still are making their money, but this is obviously not what they want this system to do.
Right. Or what
So-
any of us want the system to do.
Totally. So what does that mean? Is there going to be a Wii U 2 in 2015 if this continues to tank, that has full HD graphics and gets rid of the gamepad and basically just becomes another Me Too console? Or do you think Nintendo's going to stick with this thing
unless
forever?
I think they're going to stick with it longer than that, and even if they don't, they can't just make another Me Too console because they can't compete in that space.
Yeah.
They have to have something different that makes it a reason to buy the console. They just haven't successfully pitched the gamepad to the players, to the gamers, the people who would be buying it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And also, I think what a lot of it is that kids are way different than they used to be. Like when I go to class to pick up Nick and all his friends know that I play video games and do my podcasts and play a lot of games. They always talk to me about the latest games they're playing, and it's always like M-rated titles. And these are 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is happening?
Sure.
They like the Mario. If they play a Mario game, they like it. They like Minecraft, but they're talking about playing GTA with their parents, and they're talking about playing Call of Duty, and it's just like, wow. For one, I would never let my kid play that.
Yeah, me neither.
But number two, it's like I liked like fun games. I didn't like crazy violent games when I was growing up.
Right.
Probably because I was a little bit older when these things came out, but there really wasn't like an influx of really violent games because pixels were about this big on the screen, and you could only have so many big blocks on the screen. But it definitely seems like kids these days, they're not really looking for the wholesome fun. They're looking for cool explosions, Michael Bay type stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that's just the way things are going. Maybe Nintendo has to face facts that maybe the console is not, the living room is not a place where they should be, but they should still keep putting all their money and their resources into the 3DS, because apparently their handhelds are still doing really damn well.
Yeah, I mean, GameSpot just gave Link Between Worlds their Game of the Year for 2013. Overall Game of the Year 2013.
Nice.
Beating out things like Last of Us and Gone Home and Mario 3D World and everything like that.
Right.
They thought that was the best game that came out in 2013.
And pretty darn close. Pretty darn close.
Beat out BioShock Infinite too. You know, all those hit games. Those hit games that probably cost a lot more to develop. Nintendo knows what they're doing when they produce a game in a handheld space.
Yeah, maybe maybe they'll turn into the company that's happy selling 5 million units of their console and a couple million units of each of their big blockbuster games, and push all their R&D into new hardware on the portable space. Maybe that'll be where they end up.
Yeah. As long as they stay profitable, they'll still have investors, and you know what I mean, buying stock and stuff like that.
Yep.
I still think that Sony and Microsoft are just a couple of bad decisions and a few months away from being out of the market, because they're both losing so much money on this fight right now.
Yeah.
Sony obviously is in a better position because they're moving more consoles. But, I mean, you got all these Microsoft CEOs that are talking about selling off the Xbox division immediately.
Yeah, that's scary. That's got to be scary for the industry as a whole, not just people that like Microsoft. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah.
But
that's a huge shakeup.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Cool. All right, well, let's move on. Actually, before we move on, one interesting comment that we didn't mention, and it's not in the show notes, is that what was it? Reggie said that Nintendo is actively looking into bringing some of the Nintendo experiences to mobile in 2014. So it looks like maybe some of these faltering sales might be forcing Nintendo's hand to maybe take a look at the iOS marketplace and the Android marketplace as a way to advertise, because they said that we want to use it as a way to bring small experiences, which then sell you on buying the big experience. That might be a smart way for Nintendo to go about doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, moving on. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
That's okay. All I said was could be.
Could be, definitely. All right, moving on. Let's get into the big news of the week, and that was Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct a few days ago, and well, I didn't expect much from it. In fact, I didn't even watch it until after the fact because I was like, "Oh, we're going to talk about games that are coming out in spring." It's like, "Oh, well, I already know what's coming out in spring," and even if I didn't know what was coming out in spring, I have months to wait for it, so it's not a huge thing. But it turns out that they kind of threw a couple wrenches in everybody's plans by coming out with some surprises that no one knew about. The first one that I want to talk about is a game that they announced and launched all on the same day, and that is NES Remix. Here, let me switch over to it. I'll switch my video to it. It's available on the Wii. It's $15, and it is a remix of classic Nintendo games that all have like small little goals. It's like WarioWare meets classic Nintendo titles. So here, how about I turn down that and I turn this up. Let's see, and I'll play one of the mini games for people that are watching the stream or watching the video, and this is just a Mario game, so I have to defeat the Goomba in time, and of course I died because that's what I do. And I'm actually a couple seconds ahead of the video, so I'll try not to say that I'm going to die when I haven't died yet. Don't want to give you guys spoilers of my ineptitude. But you're basically doing these little things where you are just playing classic Nintendo games, NES games, and when you get it, you get a bonus or a score at the end of the level. It tells you how good you did. Then you get stars. Stars unlock other stages. You also get these little bees, which are bits, and your bits unlock stamps. And then you could use your stamps to post interesting things on Miiverse. So I got a new stamp there. I got the question mark block. And it's just this like really cool retro title. But it gets really cool when you have like the remix stuff. The remix are like they're either kind of normal with weird rules, or they're like really bizarre. Like this Donkey Kong one, you have a little spotlight around you and you have to get to the top while avoiding everything, and you can only see a small section of the screen at any one time. Like I almost died there. And you get to the top, you complete it, yada yada yada, and that was a really close one. And that's the game. When I first heard it and heard that it was $15, I didn't know what to think. I was a little bit thrown at the price. I'm like, wow, it's a mini game collection, and it's $15. It seems like a little much for it. But I looked at a couple of videos, saw some of the Let's Plays, and I was like, you know what? This looks like it's going to be fun, quirky, and enjoyable. And just downloaded it today and played it for about the last hour or so. And I don't know, I kind of dig it. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of games in it. I've only unlocked 6, so I guess you have to get to a certain point before other ones unlock, I assume, because they showed things with like Zelda and other stuff like that. But yeah, it sounds really great. I don't know, Steven, what were your thoughts when they unveiled it at the Nintendo Direct?
Well, obviously, complete surprise. I had no idea that they were doing anything like this, and then I was surprised that they were releasing it right away. What I still don't know is, does this actually have the entire games in it, or just little mini games based on them?
Just little mini games based on them.
Okay, so that's what I thought.
It's actually another thing that you can do is when you're looking at the screen and you go to say if you go to Donkey Kong, on the bottom of the screen there's the little eShop suitcase, and if you click it, you get the nice little Zelda screen that comes up. Go to Nintendo eShop, will ya? And if you hit Nintendo eShop, it actually takes you right to that game's listing on the eShop where you can buy it for $5, which is kind of odd. You'd think that this would be kind of like a Animal Crossing one where they'd give you like embedded versions of all these NES games, which are super tiny and super old, and Nintendo's made money on a million times. But no, Nintendo's selling you a $15 game to hopefully sell you a bunch of $5 virtual console
Yeah.
titles.
That's Nintendo.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of bizarre. But yeah, I didn't really dig it when I first heard about it. Thought it was kind of odd, a little bit overpriced. Now that I'm playing it, I'm pretty happy with it so far. Obviously, I'm not too much into it. I was streaming earlier when we were doing the show prep, and the third remix. Apparently, I'm just an idiot and I can't beat it. I died probably about 15 times in a row. Did I say that I haven't slept much in the last little while? I'm really tired, as if that's an excuse, but I'm going to take any excuse that I can because that was pretty embarrassing.
It's good enough.
So yeah, it looks like it's going to be really really hard to get through some of the levels. Some of the other parts of the game are pretty neat where if you haven't played this game before, it kind of points you in the direction where you should go. Like there's an arrow on the first Mario level. There's an arrow that's pointing right at the right side of the screen. And at the top, it's like, hold B to run. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess there are people in the world that have never played Mario before. So maybe they don't know about this. But for some games that like Donkey Kong Jr. and Balloon Fight and some of the other ones that maybe people haven't played, maybe that is needed. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty stoked about it, and I'm eager to get in and dig through some more of this game after we finish the show.
Yeah, I'm still not decided on it yet. I'm going to think a bit more before I decide whether to spend my $15 on it.
Yeah. One thing that would be nice if it had multiplayer. I would really.
Yeah, especially online multiplayer.
That would be great. It doesn't have multiplayer, period, but yeah, online multiplayer would be really nice. And I guess it does have multiplayer. You pass the controller to someone else in your house, and then they play a level. That's the multiplayer Nintendo has for this one. Not official multiplayer mode. But it would be fun to have something like this on the 3DS. Like playing that game on this little guy would be a lot of fun as well. Hopefully they'll be coming up with something like that, and hopefully it won't be another $15. But it probably will because it's Nintendo.
Same kind of thing with Game Boy games.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cool. All right, moving on. They showed off another game.
Another surprise.
Another surprise. They said we're working with the creators of the
Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors. I was going to say
McCoy.
I was going to say Destiny Warriors. I'm like, that's not right. So the Dynasty Warriors guys, so Tecmo, and they're basically partnering with them to make a Zelda game that is a mixture of Dynasty Warriors and Legend of Zelda. I couldn't understand what this was at all when he announced it. When Iwata said it, I was just like, I don't know what this is going to be. And then they showed this game, and it's basically Link standing there. It's new Link, it's mature Link standing there, and he's killing a whole pile of things with his sword. This is an early version of the game. They also said that they didn't have a logo for it. They said the title may change. But I don't know. It looked kind of interesting to me. This is like one of the more intriguing announcements at this Nintendo Direct. I know you're not sold on it at all, though, Steven. So tell me what your thoughts on it are.
My thoughts on it are I've played a couple of Dynasty Warriors games. I played Dynasty Warriors 7 for PlayStation 3 for review a couple of years ago. And the games are not compelling or interesting or fun or exciting or anything.
Really? I don't know.
Are you
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. It is probably just about the worst match for the Zelda brand that I could imagine. I can think of. I mean, it's just a bad idea. It's a really bad idea, and I think it's going to, if it's not done astonishingly well in a way that the product that we were shown does not reflect right now, it could hurt the Zelda brand, and I'm surprised that Nintendo is risking it.
Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I would go that far. I've played Dynasty Warrior in the past. I never really enjoyed it. Was there a Dynasty Warrior Lite on the Wii way back in the day?
There was something else. I think it had a different name, though.
Yeah.
It was like...
was
Let
like
me see what I can find
it
here.
was waggle your sword at the screen with your Wiimote game. But I mean, not the most well known franchise in North America, to be honest. But we'll see what they do. The video that they showed basically is just Link battling hordes of enemies, running to a castle and then away from a castle. Maybe they'll do something interesting with it. I mean, Nintendo really doesn't do cheap partnerships. They do partnerships with companies that can make a great game that doesn't embarrass Nintendo. So I'm not too worried about this one. We'll see. It's going to launch in 2014. If they don't talk any more about this title at E3, then I'll be a little worried about what this title is, because obviously it hasn't met the Nintendo seal of approval.
Right.
But it was another great surprise announcement, which was I don't know, nice to see Nintendo dropping some secrets on us, which was great.
Yeah, it's always really cool when they just kind of go ahead.
That's right. Prometheus in chat room said I may be thinking of Dragon Quest Swords. That's probably the one I was thinking about, actually. Yeah, that's probably it.
I have that game.
That was the my first Dragon Quest game.
Yeah, there was a Dynasty Warriors game on Wii, but it only came out in Japan.
Okay. I'm trying to think of it. I was sure I played a Dynasty Warriors game on the Wii, but it must have been the PlayStation.
There was a DS one as well.
Interesting. All right, moving on. They showed off a little bit about another game that a lot of people are looking forward to, and that is Yoshi's Island. So much to say that this game is coming in spring. It's now called Yoshi's New Island for sure. That is the final title for it, which is great. It looks unbelievably awesome, and it is a direct sequel. And it's also being developed by the same original creator as well, which is kind of interesting as well. Yoshi's Island was my wife Kara. It's her favorite game of all time, so I can't wait to pick this one up and surprise her with it, because I'm sure she's gonna love it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited. The more that I think about this one, the more I want to play it. They talked about some different features and things for it. Nothing super surprising, nothing crazy. But even if it's just an up-resed version of the original Yoshi's Island, I would love it and want to play it.
Yeah, they this game, they've shown this game before and it did not look very good, and it looks like it's come quite a ways. And there was a point, I think, to them announcing that they had put Takashi Tezuka on the game. I don't think he had been working on it before. I think he was too busy working. I'm pretty sure he was leading on Mario 3D World.
Right.
They put him on this game, and it looks like it's starting to show improvement.
Yeah,
and that's good, because it was being developed like out of house, and everything looked a little off model and kind of sloppy and kind of bland, and
everything looked like it was created with like pencil crayon and pastels, which I love, because that's kind of what the original looked like. But it didn't look right. Like there was too much color or not enough color. Yoshi looked weird when he was jumping. Like the stuff they showed off at E3 was just not right. This one definitely looks a heck of a lot better. Just as you said, Steve.
And the DS one, Yoshi's Island DS, was an awful game. I saw some really, really negative reviews for that game, and that one was developed outside of Nintendo. Yeah. And I think they're probably trying to avoid that kind of a thing happening again, which is good. I don't really have any interest in the Yoshi's Island series at all. I haven't played any of the games for any significant amount of time, but I want them to be good games for the people who do like them.
Yep. Cool. Also, they showed off some more of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. This game looks unbelievably awesome. Like it looks beautiful. They showed off all the different characters, including the Cranky Kong, who's going to be in the game. They announced that at Spike's stupid game show thing. And the interesting thing is every character has their own power. So you have Cranky Kong, who can basically jump on a pogo stick. You have the girl whose name I can't think of right now, Candy,
Dixie, right? Kong,
or Dixie. She can float by spinning her ponytail. You have Diddy, who can, I don't know, uses jetpack probably. I don't remember seeing the video, but I'm assuming that's what it is. So it looks like they're going to kind of mix it up that way, and you can play as any and all of those characters, which is kind of neat. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be another really awesome, solid platformer. I guess they need the extra time to really polish it, but I'm still looking forward to this one. As much as I'm not the hugest Donkey Kong Country fan, this one looks like it could be really a lot of fun. And really, what else am I playing on my Wii U?
They got Funky Kong in it now too.
Funky Kong,
He's
that's right.
he's managing the store since Cranky Kong is busy running around and bouncing on his cane like Scrooge McDuck.
That's true. That's true. And Cranky Kong is actually the first Donkey Kong that was in the first Mario game. So if you look at Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong at the top of the screen is who Cranky Kong is.
Was that ever made official?
I think it was. I think that's the canon in this game, which is just like, what? Really? All right. I guess you had to kind of keep that.
That makes Donkey Kong Jr. then.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of blows your mind from there.
It does. Where's Pauline?
I think she's old now and didn't make it. Maybe apes live longer in this universe than humans. Maybe. Except if you're a plumber. All right.
Sure.
Next up, they showed off a little bit more about Bravely Default. Not crazy excited for this myself. It looks interesting.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
This game looks amazing. Every time they show it, it looks better.
It does look good. I'm not gonna lie to you there, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably gonna.
You can play Yoshi's New Island, and I'll play the good game.
Okay. I'll play. How about I play all the games like I usually do?
Okay, and I'll play all the games too, and everyone will enjoy themselves.
But one interesting thing, they showed off a trailer, and it looked really nice. But they said that we're going to be getting a demo on January 2nd on the eShop for this game. And this is actually, it's not just a demo, it's actually another adventure that will take place in the game world. So it's kind of like a bonus mission that you can play for free just by downloading the demo, which is kind of neat.
It's kind of like the kind of thing you would normally get as DLC after the game comes out. An additional several hours of play.
Yeah, which is interesting because they've added microtransactions, something that Nintendo said they would never, ever do. But this game has microtransactions in it. There's something called, I don't know, sleep points or whatever the heck it was, where if you are playing the game and you put your DS to sleep and then you wake it back up, you get points for every 8 hours that you're not playing the game.
Which is a crazy number of hours.
It's
a crazy amount of time to keep your system closed with that game running.
So a sleep point really is a sleep point because you put it to you load the game before you go to bed, and then when you wake up in about 8 hours, you'll have a sleep point. Or you can go to the eShop and you could buy I don't know, a recharge that will automatically fill up to the 3 sleep points that you can amass in the game. So Nintendo, a company that said they would never do this type of thing, has now taken a step over to the dark side and has done that. They haven't released.
To be fair, this isn't a Nintendo game.
True, but it kind of is. It's being pushed as a Nintendo game, right?
Sort of. Yeah.
It's being heavily pushed in the right direction from Nintendo. So, but yeah, it's not like it's a Mario game where you're paying for more extra men or anything like that. So
I need 99 cents so that I can jump again.
Would
you like to jump now? You can wait 30 minutes or you can pay 99 cents. Oh, Nintendo used to be so good when I was a kid. Sure, Dad, I believe it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so Square is bringing this one. It looks good.
It does.
I'll probably get it.
This is crazy. A free additional several hours of mission, and everything you gain in that is retained and goes into the full game when you get the full game.
Yeah, it's neat. I'm not going to deny you there. I really like the idea of this demo. There's been a couple other games in the past that have done stuff like this, and I can't recall off the top of my head any of the names.
One of them was the that Capcom game. They released a mobile game. It was something Zero. Remember?
Oh yeah. It was the
game was a flop, but apparently
Dark Void.
Okay, yeah, and so and it was like Dark Void Zero.
Yeah,
and Dark Void Zero, from what I heard, was actually really good.
It was the good version of the game,
and the full game was terrible.
And it was like this. It was like this retro NES game style. It was styled like a like a retro NES game, and it was good. And the original and the real game Dark Void was just horrible. I remember picking it up. I think I picked it up 3 months after launch for $10 used at one of the video stores because they just couldn't get rid of it at all. So I picked it up for $9.99 3 months after it came out. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so Bravely Default looks good. Hopefully is good. The game comes out in February. The demo comes out about a month before it. So we'll definitely be chatting more. I know Steven will be because he's definitely going to be picking that one up.
Yeah, if you're in the US and you go on Amazon, you can actually pre-order the game now. You can pre-order the special edition,
the Super Duper
Bravely
edition,
Default,
which has 27
50.
things in it.
Oh yeah, it's got like an art book, it's got a CD, and
Yep.
it's got the game and some other stuff in it too.
Cool. Looks good. Cool.
Bunch of AR cards. I think 24 AR cards or some
that's
ridiculous
right.
number.
I remember that. AR cards are still a thing, eh? Oh, interesting.
Apparently,
Yeah. I thought they kind of went the way of the dodo, but I guess not.
not this time.
All right, moving on. Nintendo also announced that the next title in Wii Sports Club, or the next event in Wii Sports Club, was coming out, and it actually came out the day of the Nintendo Direct, so it's already out, and that is golf has been added. And so if you want to replay Wii Sports Golf, which never was a really fun golf game, but it was passable. It was fun. I remember having a sore shoulder after a long weekend of playing golf with a bunch of buddies, going to work the next week, and basically felt like I played a couple rounds of golf, but I was doing it in a video game, and I felt like an idiot saying that to people. Why my shoulder hurt? It looks okay, and this actually has the feature that they showed off at E3, where you put your gamepad on the ground and you can actually see the ball and you can see your club, and it reacts to you moving your club, which is kind of neat. I kind of want to pick it up just to see that, but I know I will play through the course once and never touch it again. So I don't know. I'm on the fence here, but
you do your $2 rental for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's right. They do have those. I think that's what I'm going to do then. I'll rent it just to check it out because I don't think I'll play it. I was so big on golf and tennis, or bowling and tennis, and I've played it once each.
Yeah. Well, it's free for a day anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but I bought them.
You could play well,
I bought
the golf
them.
one. I mean, you could play the golf one
That's
free
true.
for a day
That's true.
And see if you get sick of it.
That's true. I will definitely do that. Another new game that they just launched and is really weird is a game called Dr. Luigi, and it's going to be coming soon, and it is kind of like Dr. Mario except on easy mode. So the pills they don't come out in one pill at a time with two separate colors or the same color, but they have two pills in kind of an L shape for Luigi, and you're always going to have three together, at least on the easy mode on the
that's one of the options. L mode.
So it's kind of like if Dr. Mario was too hard for you, you could play Dr. Luigi and feel like you can beat the game. Looks interesting. I don't like the new versions of Dr. Mario. I still think the best one was the one on the Game Boy. I played that so much. But depending on the price, I might pick this one up as well.
I played the WiiWare one, Dr. Mario Online RX, to death. I played it so much with my ex-wife. We had a great time playing that game. It had really fun multiplayer. I considered picking up the portable one, which I think was DSiWare. I'm not sure.
Yep.
But I never ended up getting around to picking that up. But I'm definitely going to be picking up Dr. Luigi on December 31st because it's kind of a fitting ending to the Year of Luigi, isn't it? But
it is, but the year of Luigi isn't over because it started in March, so the year goes all the way to March.
It's a fiscal year of Luigi.
It is. It is. Yeah. So we have more Luigi to look forward to.
And when the pills explode, they turn into little Luigi hats.
They do. That's right.
They puff into little Luigi hat smoke.
Oh, Nintendo! You take an idea and you take it to its like furthest possible conclusion. You don't do anything half-assed, Nintendo.
Right. While leaving out all kinds of things that we really want them to do, like online play.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, all the good stuff that we want, you don't get, but you get great Luigi hats and other things, which is awesome. All right, next up, they had a teaser trailer, which was really well done.
And confusing as hell
And
because you're
confusing
like,
as all.
what is this? Is it a Kirby game?
Yeah,
Is it Mario Kart?
exactly, because it started out with Kirby flying on a star. It's like, oh, there's gonna be another Kirby Superstar game, and then it goes to Rainbow Road, and it's like, oh, they added Kirby to Rainbow Road. So I guess he's in Mario Kart. This is awesome. And then some other stuff happens. You see a flash in the sky, and out comes Rosalina from Mario Galaxy. It's like, okay, I'm confused. I don't know what is happening here. And then, sure enough, you hear the Smash Brothers theme comes on, and it's announced that Rosalina and Luma, that's the name of the character, right? Luma?
The little star,
Yeah.
Little stars are called Lumas.
Luma is going to be coming to Super Smash Brothers. So another female character in Smash Brothers, which is great. My daughter will be squealing with excitement when Smash Brothers comes out because she likes playing as the ladies, which makes sense.
Yep, my daughter's excited about it too. I showed her the trailer, and she not only loved seeing Kirby again because she loves Kirby, but she thought that it was really exciting that Rosalina's in there.
Yeah, it's really cool. So Rosalina is now confirmed Smash Brothers, also confirmed to be in Mario Kart. So I guess Rosalina is now one of the core crew in the Mario universe. Is going to be in everything that is related to Mario now, which is pretty cool. I mean, you don't really know much about her. Like, you didn't learn about who Rosalina is during the Galaxy games very much. So it seems like an odd character, but yeah, I think there's probably a lot of fans that really liked her, so that was the reason why she's being included in everything now, which is kind of interesting. So if you like Rosalina, prepare to see more of her in 2014.
Sounds good.
All right, the next one is Chibi Robo Photo Finder coming to 3DS in January. Steven, what the hell is Chibi Robo Photo Finder?
Okay, well, the Chibi Robo series has been around for a few years. The first one we got was on GameCube, which I think was just called Chibi Robo. I have that. It's a cool game, very strange.
Was it like Chibi Robo Eco Warrior or something? It had some subtitle that wasn't the official part of the title. I remember seeing all of the advertising for it.
Yeah, I don't think when it finally launched on GameCube, I don't think it actually had any of those subtitles.
Oh, okay.
But I think you're right, though. I think it had a subtitle when they were marketing it originally, and then when they finally released it, it didn't have one. I'd have to go and look at the box to be sure.
I'm looking at the box art now. The subtitle is now just "Plug into Adventure." Nice.
And then later they released one on the DS, which was Chibi Robo Park Patrol. That was a Walmart exclusive title,
right,
for DS.
Yes.
And then last year, something like that, earlier this year, after a Nintendo Direct, Japanese Nintendo customers immediately got an eShop game, which was Chibi Robo Photography or something like that. And that now is coming to the US. It's called Chibi Robo Photo Finder. As part of the game, you are given... it turns on your game's camera.
You're given shapes.
Yes, and then you have a shape overlay, like an outline overlay, and you have to find something in your home that matches that overlay and press the button to take a picture, and then it uses the portion of the image inside of that outline overlay as the texture for a 3D model in the game. The example that they show is a roll of toilet paper. And you have to take a picture of the roll of toilet paper, and then Chibi Robo pops out of the tube.
Yeah.
The center of the tube, toilet paper, and picks it up and carries it around. It's a really cute idea, but it's also really, really weird.
It is.
And that fits Chibi Robo so perfectly. Lloyd, did you play Chibi Robo on GameCube?
I did. It was weird, man. It was
weird.
It was so
a
Japanese.
Little distressing.
It was so Japanese, so very Japanese, which is great. But yeah, this one looks interesting. I remember seeing the original Japanese trailers, and there was a shot where this guy took a picture of a really weird looking power plug thing, obviously not from North America, and then you see the scene kind of shift a little bit where the actual like faceplate of the thing kind of starts like vibrating a little bit, and the next thing you know, it swings open and Chibi Robo steps out. It's like, oh, that was a neat effect. So yeah, I think this game is just a whole bunch of those. So basically what how it's going to unfold in the game, from what I understand, is you'll be playing it, you'll unlock a new shape, and then you're going to have to find a bunch of different things that have that basic shape. So you might get something that looks like a stop sign. So you're going to have to go find things that look like stop signs. Maybe they are a stop sign, maybe not. Or maybe you're drawing it on paper in black marker so that it closely fits the size and shape. And then you use that to complete the different tasks. Looks interesting. I'm really looking into playing a lot more of that, or at least looking into a lot more of the videos. Whether I want to actually spend money on it is another thing. But
yeah,
it definitely looks interesting, and I'm glad it exists.
Yeah, it's a really clever idea.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. What else? They talked about some Sonic stuff. So
Yep.
Sonic Lost Worlds now has some Nintendo themed DLC. So the first one they showed off was Yoshi's New Island. So you have Sonic running through Yoshi's Island with eggs behind him, going through Yoshi-styled loop-de-loops and jumping over different things. Looked pretty...
Smacking Shy Guys.
Yeah, smacking Shy Guys, exactly. Looked interesting.
Yeah.
Weird that Nintendo would allow that to happen, but Nintendo's kind of blurred the lines over who can really make Nintendo games these days. There's a lot of these cross promotions, which is kind of neat. And then Iwata said there's going to be one more DLC level that it wasn't ready, but said something like it's legendary or something along those lines, to kind of tease that it's going to be a Legend of Zelda styled level coming in the new year sometime. So kind of neat. Like I said, if I can find Sonic Lost World on sale, I will pick it up this holiday on Boxing Day or whatever. Just probably mainly just to play these levels because I'm an idiot. But it was that much of a that's cool thing for me that I want to jump in and check that one out.
Cool.
And I guess the last big item that was talked about kind of in the middle of the Nintendo Direct, but we saved it to last year, is that they talked a little bit more about Pokemon Bank. They just reiterated that it's coming out, what it's going to be allowing you to do. And if you are one of the people that downloads the free trial, or if you buy it, whatever, you can actually get a free Celebi in the game or in the bank just by checking it out. So you can sign up for the free 30-day trial and then get the Celebi and use that character in your Pokemon X or Y. I believe Celebi is like a legendary, right? I don't know Pokemon.
I don't know.
So let's...
I know it's green.
Wikipedia.
It appears to be flying.
What is a Celebi? Celebi is a green fairy-like creature. It has round, toeless feet and 3-fingered hands and clear wings on its back. It is not known to evolve into a form or any other Pokemon. It serves the guardian of the Ilex Forest and is only able to be caught from the wild in Pokemon Crystal, even with an event activated by the GS Ball. Celebi is the last Pokemon in the Johto Pokedex and Hoenn Pokedex, although the latter Celebi is not shown. Doesn't say anything else about it.
Wow.
There is a website called the Bulbapedia that has information on all of the Pokemon, and I just read the preamble for Celebi. So Celebi is a time travel Pokemon, number 251 in your Pokedex, if you were wondering. I know absolutely nothing about Pokemon, so I had to read that from the internet. So there you go.
Yeah, that's. I have no idea.
You're smarter now, Steven. You learned something new today.
I am okay. If smarter is the word, sure.
Yeah, it's smarter. You're smarter.
Okay, that's a piece of information that was given to me.
Yeah, right.
It is rapidly going away because I just do not have room for that.
Make room for it. Dump out some of that Doctor Who stuff and get some more Celebi in your life.
Oh, well. Speaking of Doctor Who, did you know that the Fifth Doctor liked to wear a stalk of celery on his lapel?
Oh, maybe he's
that sounds like Celebi. So maybe he's a fan of Pokemon.
Maybe he's the reason why Celebi exists. Maybe they were fans of Doctor Who when making Pokemon. Maybe you have to play through all the Pokemon games, Steven, looking for Doctor Who references.
No, thanks.
No. All right.
No. And the Celebi's a time travel Pokemon. So maybe this is a reference. Maybe that is a Doctor Who reference right there.
It's all a big conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it all comes together, doesn't it?
It does. Cool. Let's move on from the craziness.
Yes, please. Let's.
There's a bunch of Club Nintendo, or there's one Club Nintendo item talked about during the Nintendo Direct, and that was a new statue. They showed off a statue to commemorate the year of Luigi, and it's this really sweet looking statue. It looks very much like this guy, which was a platinum reward way back in the day. The nice Nintendo Mario figure statue that has Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Toad, Princess, a Goomba, and it has Bowser in the back. Looked really great. I always loved this statue. This one looks really good too, the Luigi one. They said it's available on Club Nintendo, so it's not a platinum reward. It's not something that all of us loyal fans have spent way too much money on Nintendo get for free. In fact, I quickly ran to Club Nintendo after the event, and it took forever to log into Club Nintendo. When I finally logged in, my heart fell a little bit in my chest to find out that this statue was 1,500 coins. That is crazy compared to like the biggest for the longest time was the DS cartridges, the Game & Watch cartridges that were 900 coins, and it's like, that's a lot of coins. I don't think I'll ever do that. But yeah, the statue's 1,500 coins, and stupidly or not, I've been wasting my coins because there's really been no reason to keep over like thousands of coins. So I bought a couple of the 3DS reversible pouches. I buy all the poster sets when they come out. I bought the Yoshi cleaning cloth for 400 coins for this little tiny scrap of lint-free cloth. Like, it was ridiculous. I bought the Pikmin tote bag. I bought some Wii Remote strap sets, even though I don't use my Wii Remotes and have no reason for them. But it's like, hey, I got coins. Just make it rain with these coins all over Nintendo. And then finally something comes out that I want, and I'm sitting at just over 900 coins right now. I think I have 950. I'd log in, but it would take forever. So I need mucho coins right now so that I could get this statue before it goes away. Although I would probably ponder that there isn't very many people out there, or there aren't very many people out there that would have 1,500 coins on their Club Nintendo account. So I'm probably good for a little bit. Although there's probably a lot of kids that are getting a Wii U and a 3DS for Christmas, along with some games, which will get them slowly up the ladder, maybe. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, Steven. I have my daughter's 3DS code and a couple codes from a game that I've been holding on till next June so I could get Insta Platinum again next year. But I might have to put them in early and slowly inch up towards that 1,500 point mark.
Yeah, I'm quite a bit shy of the 1,500 point mark, and I don't think I have the software and hardware to get myself up where I need to be. So I think I'm going to pass on this. I also don't think that the statue looks very good.
Oh, really? I like it.
I think it looks like the design is not as high quality as the one that you were holding up a minute ago, the Mario one. I really like that statue. I think it's a really nice looking statue, but maybe it's just the picture or the angle, but it just doesn't look nice to me.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of neat. It's Luigi. Oh, bless you. It's Luigi standing there. He has a see-through ghost behind him. There's the little dog ghost that's flipped up the carpet, and there's a coin underneath it. I mean, it captures the game a fair bit, but
sure.
But yeah, no, I definitely hear you. It does seem like a lot of coins. Because I know that I'll spend my 1,500, be so happy, and be disappointed with the statue, whatever. But then there'll be something else cool that comes out, and it's like, crap, I spent all my coins on this statue that I don't like, and now Prometheus in the chat room says that I'm going to mortgage my future just for a Luigi figure. Risky. Yeah, that's true. I agree with you there,
sure.
Prometheus.
That should also make for a much more expensive purchase price on eBay for the statue.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. It's probably going to be a load of coins, or a load of real coins, not these
real
virtual,
money,
virtual coins.
Yeah, we had someone in the chat room who said that that they bought the Mario statue on eBay and paid $50 for it.
Wow.
Yeah, Tim Chotten said that.
I could get $50 for this guy. Maybe I'll sell it. But no, I won't. I want to keep this forever. Nintendo of Europe. This is actually a Nintendo of Europe statue, not a Nintendo of America statue. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Next up, Nintendo added back the Mario and Luigi pouches for 500 coins each to Club Nintendo. Those are those things that look like a hat that have a zipper and you put your 3DS in it. Don't really like them, but they're there. So just want to let you guys know, if you're waiting for the Year of the Luigi hat or the not Luigi Mario hat pouch, you can get.
They don't really call them that.
That's got to be what the official name is, I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that it's not. They're available now, 500 coins. And then last but not least, this week or this month, we have some new free game, or not free game, the buy your games with the coins games. There's 4 of them, and they're there till January 12th. We have Mario's Picross for 100 coins for the 3DS, Starship Defense for 150 coins for your 3DS. The Wii U gets Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh, these are actually Wii U Virtual Console titles now, not Wii. The longest time they were only Wii Virtual Console.
Oh, wow.
So
that's
interesting.
new.
Interesting. You can get Super Mario Brothers 2 for 150 coins, or Balloon Fight for 200 coins. Why Balloon Fight is worth more than Super Mario Brothers 2, I'll never know, because Balloon Fight is a horrible game.
And it was 30 cents.
Exactly. It makes
that was when I got it.
Makes absolutely no sense. But yeah, they're available there for you now. So if you want to get yourself some games, because you've already come to the realization that you will never have enough for the Luigi Mansion statue, you can get some games for your 3DS or your Wii U now, which is great.
Something you'll actually use.
Exactly. All right, moving on. Last but not least this week, we got an interesting news report this week of an email, or a press release rather, that was sent out in the UK earlier this week on the 10th, I believe. So I guess it was earlier last week. And that is, or no, sorry, no, it was sent out on the 18th. It just references the December 10th update. So basically what this is saying is that if you are in Europe and you register your Nintendo Network ID on your 3DS and you do it before, what is the date? January 31st of 2014. So within the next month and a half, you will get a free game just for doing that. You will be emailed a voucher that you can then redeem for Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. And I want Super Mario Brothers Deluxe for free.
So do I.
I like that one. And that is the, what was that? That was the color Game Boy remake, right?
Yep, it was a Game Boy Color enhanced port of Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2 from Japan, which came out here as Lost Levels.
Yeah, it was the... I've always wanted to get this one. I never bought it. And I could get it for free. But I can't because I'm not in the UK. So hopefully something like that will come to North America. I highly doubt it. But hooray for all you European Nintendo lovers that have a 3DS that registered
across
Nintendo
the
Network
pond,
ID.
as it were.
That's right. From the hometown of one of the doctors, or many of the doctors, maybe.
All of the doctors.
All of the doctors. You can get a free game as well. So not only do you have Doctor Who, you have free games. Mm-hmm. I've never watched Doctor Who, Steven. Should I watch Doctor Who?
Yes.
Okay. So there you go. You heard it here first.
You expected some ridiculous rabid response from me, and you didn't get one, and you were like, "Oh, how disappointing!"
Yeah, I was hoping for at least some drool. I didn't get any of that. So
it's a good show.
You disappoint me yet again, Stephen Munn.
That's what I'm all about. It's my middle name, Stephen Disappointment Munn.
Nice.
I just use the D usually.
Okay, because that wouldn't look good on your business card.
Right.
Yeah,
it kind of
leave that off there.
I do Arial, extra wide, extra bold.
Nice.
And I just run out of space. It goes right off the sides.
Nice. Cool. All right, so UK gamers can get a free game just by registering your Nintendo Network ID on your 3DS. How cool is that? Pretty cool. I'm going to answer for you, Steven. It's pretty cool.
Very.
All right. But that's going to about do it for this episode. That's not the right one. Stop that. Let's do Donkey Kong. I'm the disappointment, Steven, not you.
Screw it. We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Exactly. All right, guys. hopefully you enjoyed 2013 of all the shows that we brought you on the Nintendo Pulse on the VG Podcast Network. We love doing this each and every week, almost each and every week. We do miss a few. We do miss a few along the way because we do have real life, and real life stuff sometimes comes in and gets in the way of this hobby of ours. But we do appreciate each and every one of you that listen to us every time that we put out a show. Thanks to everybody that showed up in the chat room, everybody that's left over, Ken and Shane, Kyle K, Prometheus, Steven, Chatton, GTV, GGTV Chase. That's Chase from Geek and Gamer TV. Just thanks to everybody that showed up and watched the show. Thanks for everybody that subscribes. Let us know what you think. VGPodcast@gmail.com, or you can call our voicemail line, which is area code 505 VG Podcasts. Just a reminder, we will not have another show this year unless the mood strikes Steven and I. We call each other late at night. Hey, Steven. Hey, Lloyd.
What you doing?
What you doing? I'm
Want to do a show?
I'm watching Doctor Who series for the third time. Oh, you want to do a show, Steven? Well, I guess so. I'll put down my what is that?
Sonic screwdriver.
I'll put down my sonic screwdriver and come and get my podcast ready. There you go.
Always close at hand.
We've rambled on so long that the music ended. I'll start it again because it's awkward. There we go. All right, Steven, you know what? Thanks, man, for joining me for these shows. I love doing the show with you. Thanks for jumping on when Edgar had to take his leave from doing podcasts. It's been a fun year doing the show with you. So I just want to say a huge thank you to you, Steven.
Well, thanks, and thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it. I really enjoy this a lot.
It is a lot of fun. Hopefully you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays. And I know we'll talk before, but yeah, have a wonderful 2013 and a great 2014.
Awesome.
I'm saying that as if we're not actually going to talk at all next year. But.
Right, or like in between on Facebook.
Exactly. All right, guys, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of the year, and we will see you bright and early in 2014 with more Nintendo Pulse on the VG Podcast Network. Take care, everybody.
Bye.